Oh, Doc. Welcome back to The Jump. I'm Rachel Nichols. We're joined by Nick Friedel, Chris Bosh, and I want to play one of our favorite games here. It's an Olympics edition, friends, of BS or Real Talk. We give you the quotes. You give us the emojis. So let's start with Patrick Ewing, of course, part of the 92 Dream Team. Did I mention he played at Georgetown? Have I said that 2,000 times on the show? He played at Georgetown. He was very good. He was asked about Team USA losing to France in the opening game of these Olympics. Here is what the Hall of Famer told the New York Post, quote, "It is harder to play now because of the Dream Team. All the current players grew up looking up to us and watching us dominate the rest of the world, but the rest of the world caught up." So, Chris, you have played in the Olympics yourself. Is that BS or Real Talk that the rest of the world has caught up to the Americans?
I made my own sign.
Okay.
I'm going to just go ahead and put that
yes.
up. All right.
We've got signs here in the studio.
There you go. Look, yeah, the rest of the world has caught up, and yeah, Patrick Ewing, it's your fault. Everybody watched the Dream Team.
Yep.
Everybody wanted to be the Dream Team, myself included. And just to have a chance to compete in the Olympics, compete for your country, and have a chance to medal, it's nothing like that. And to be able to see what they were able to do for the game of basketball around the world, I mean, come on, they got enshrined as a team into the Hall of Fame. That's how impactful that team was. And, you know, they left, there was game film from that, you know, so Tony Kukoc, Dirk Nowitzki, Luka Doncic, like we're about to talk in a minute, they were able to see, you know, they had their own players in their own countries that were very good, but then they were able to see that, hey, I can make the NBA and I can play in it. And now we've reached a competitive landscape to where it's about the team sport. These teams have been playing together since they were teenagers, and they would love nothing more than to win a gold medal for their country. And that's what we're up against with Team USA.
Yeah.
Guys, I still say it's BS.
Really?
I still say it's BS. And here's why. Because all these different players have watched all of the USA guys, like Chris mentioned, for years and years. There's not a fear of them anymore.
Right.
But Team USA has the most talented players in the world.
Right.
They just don't know how to play together. It takes them a lot of time to figure it out, especially these days. I still think they'll get it together. They have Kevin Durant.
I've said this for 3 weeks.
They're gonna find a way.
Here's why I'm not worried.
They're gonna find a way.
Because they have Kevin Durant. And look, that doesn't mean that I think that they're an automatic for the gold, but I can't worry about them if they have Kevin Durant, because as he has reminded us, do you know who I am? He said, I'm Kevin Durant. I will say I think the rest of the world has caught up that if Team USA is having a bad day, Team USA is vulnerable in the way that maybe they weren't before. But look, the fact that you have the last 3 years, both the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year awards have been won by players who are not American, that tells you where the rest of the world stands in terms of this sport. You mentioned the chemistry, Nick. Kevin Durant spoke just today in Team USA media availability, and here was his answer to a question on the chemistry. Take a listen.
I wouldn't, chemistry is great. Said chemistry good. We still got good shots. We got each other good shots. It's just the fact that we make them. I think that first half, 20 times we were up 7, 8, and bench like making one shots we could easily be up. And that's from moving the basketball, trying to find out. I think we did that all night. It's just a matter of getting it.
Look, one of KD's great talents is that he fits in with everybody, right? I mean, he fits anything, anyone. So I expect him to have an easy chemistry fit. But, Nick, is that BS or Real Talk for the entire team?
Rach, this team's been together for like 3 days total on the whole.
Right.
Holiday and Middleton and Booker have been there for about 2 seconds.
Right.
How could Kevin or anybody else know how great the chemistry is? I think they want to like each other. I think they want to play well. But, Chris, you live this. Why are all these guys getting in this moment and deferring so much after being so dominant individually on their own teams?
Well, I mean, you know, it's a different game. People have to realize that sometimes the FIBA game is a lot different. And, you know, when you're playing in this position to where it's not All-Star Weekend, it's not some kind of charity game, this is real basketball, there is pressure. And when you play for USA, it is pressure. You have to win. There's gold medal or bust. And being thrown in that position, having no continuity, they haven't had a chance to have team chemistry. I mean, even when we won the gold medal in '06, that team was together for 3 years. Every summer, We went back to Vegas. We practiced. We worked on our plays. We worked on our strategies. We worked on our defense. We had the same coaching staff. These guys are in a different position to where we were kind of like, they were in the instances in the 2000s and late 90s to where we're sending in our best players. We can talk about the talent, but as far as team continuity, trust, and most importantly, being able to go to certain situations when things get tense, those are the challenges that they're going to have to face. And even for us, as much as we played together, that gold medal team game against Spain, which was a great team, we had to beat those guys, you know, so it's not going to be easy. We're not in a place to where we can just send in, the SEALs anytime and just get it done. These countries are not afraid of us anymore, and they want to win too. Yeah, for sure. And look, we've had sort of corrections in the Team USA program, right? So when the college kids weren't dominating anymore, we sent in the dream team, and then that worked, that everyone just kind of showed up and played basketball and was great. Then after 2004, and that team ended up with the bronze medal, the idea of what you're talking about, Chris, and you were part of that program, that we needed to have an actual continuity, the idea that summer after summer you guys would be together, play together. Not able to do that because of COVID this year and the altered NBA schedule, and I think we're seeing the results. But again, they have Kevin Durant, so not an easy gold medal, but I'm not going to worry until there's time to be worried. Right? They got a shot. They got a shot. I'm just saying, that kid's pretty good. Lastly, Luka Doncic, also pretty good. 48 points in his Olympic debut for Slovenia. Those came against Argentina, caught the attention of their head coach, Sergio Hernandez, who spoke very highly of the 22-year-old. Here is what he said, quote, "I said this 2 years ago. He is the best player in the world, including the NBA. And if there was any doubt in my mind, there is no doubt anymore." Chris, are you ready to say Luka being the best player in the world right now is BS or real talk? Well, we're going to have to give that title to Giannis. Let's be respectful of the NBA championship and the two-time MVP. But with that said, look, if he hit me for 48 games in a game with less minutes, I would say he's the best player in the world too. Luka has a tremendous upside. I mean, he's been doing it. He's been consistent. And he looks older. But the fact that he's only 22 it's insane. And putting up numbers like this. And like I told you, the FIBA game is different. Yep. It's hard to score 48 points in a FIBA international game. You have to give credit to his talent and his focus, really, because I'm sure that he wants to do well for Slovenia. And he's going to be very, very pumped up to display his talent in these Olympics. Yeah, for sure. What do you think?
Rich. Huge. All the way. This is ridiculous. Come on now. Giannis, Steph, LeBron, Luka,
Kevin Durant,
KD. I mean, we can go down the line. I'd take Dame right now over Luka. He is a really, really good player. But he's not the best player in the world. There's so many other guys I'd take before him. And I think Mark Cuban's going to put in a call to make sure that's the payroll in some way. Right, so they could add in. And keep humping up Doncic the whole way. There you go. All right, coming up, projected #1 overall pick Cade Cunningham is going to sign with Nike. How big a deal is this? Stick around. You're watching the